when I'm going really fast. Stop.
Y'all know the shape of a triangle, but how do we find the missing angle of a triangle?
What missing side?
You know, the missing side. We have A and B, but you're trying to find the hypotenuse. What you use is the Pythagorean theorem made by Pythagorean in the 1500 BCE.
I did not know that.
And now we'll go to Asada, who can tell you more about the formula.
Hello, Asada. What can you tell me about this formula?
Well, here's the right triangle, and C will always be the hypotenuse, and these two can alternate because they're two legs. So the formula is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now it's back to Lyndon.
Okay, so what we see here is C, which is the hypotenuse, is 45, and leg A is 36. So what we're trying to find here is B, which Nick can help us.
And here's our formula. So we add 36 and we square it and we get 1,296. And we bring our B squared down and we square this and we get 2,025. And we subtract both sides by this, and this cancels out and we get B squared plus 729. And we have to square root B squared. We put this in the square root, and our answer is 27, and that's our B.
So as you see, boys and girls, we have just solved a problem to find one hypotenuse of the leg of the right triangle. And now back to Landon to give us more.
Okay, so now you just found out how to use the Pythagorean theorem, yes or no?
Yes, I learned.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
Goodbye, till later. Till next time.
Why'd you got me?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, I'm Robert Wooten, and this is part 2 of the Pythagorean theorem. We just went through and showed you the basic formula of how to use the Pythagorean theorem to find a right triangle. So we're going to use some real life examples right now. So come over here, I got a little drawing up here, about, look, it's a triangle, standard right triangle, you got your two legs, hypotenuse, right? You got 12 and 13. So real life scenario is, you have a ladder that's 13 feet long on top of a building, and then it's 12 feet away from the building. So if you have 13 feet and 12 feet, how high do you know the building is? Well, you could use a measuring tape and just measure it all the way up there. Or you could use a mathematical equation, Pythagorean theorem, to find out the height of the building. So, as we go over to here, as I drew out, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, which is always used. C squared has to stay as a hypotenuse or else you mess up the entire equation. So come down to here, 12 squared plus B squared equals 13 squared. You can actually go ahead and change it up right here, but for me personally, I like to solve it first. So 12 squared equals 144, right? 13 squared equals 169. So you got 144 plus B squared equals 169. So for y'all special people out there that don't know how to take one number to the other side of the equation, you subtract 144 by both sides. This cancels out, and you got 169 minus 144, and that gives you 25. So you got B12, B squared equals 25. So, is that your final answer? Is the height of the building 25? No, because you would be wrong. That'd be a F on that test. Come over here right quick. You got B squared equals 25. So you have to use a radical to get rid of the B squared. So this will cancel out and leave it at B. And then you use the radical on 25, and that gives you B equals 5. So, basic fundamentals of math. Learn how to find the height of a building, especially using ladder on a construction site. So the height of the building will be 5 feet long. You could use a measuring tape, go up there, but this is a mathematical way to use the Pythagorean theorem in real life scenarios. You have a good day.
Hello, Nick. What would you like to tell me about the Pythagorean theorem? Hello, Asada. What would you like to tell me about the Pythagorean theorem?
We all know the simple.